Hi there, this is Spencer with Xima Software. Today's tutorial is going to discuss a little bit about real-time wallboards, specifically the Active Calls widget. So first, join me and go to real-time wallboards. New wallboard, custom. We're starting from scratch here, but you can of course adjust an existing wallboard. Watch other videos for that information. Active Calls widget. We'll label it as such. That's the focus of today's video. So, right-hand side, active calls. It's going to, of course, produce all the data as it exists currently. So right now it's showing all of the data that exists within the system. There are a total of 5 calls, it looks like, in the system right now. Now, if I want to adjust this, I certainly can. Let me click on it. Go and click apply. Go over here to the right-hand side. I can filter this out based upon agent. So only active calls for an individual agent. Or I can filter this out by skill. Only calls for a skill. Okay, that means like calls in queue. It's probably the most common use case here because we can see queues or calls in queue, duration of queue, etc. for skills. That's not an agent metric. So if I want to see something like that, I can select it by skill. And then, of course, I can see the call direction. If I want to filter this out only by callbacks, so callback pending, how many calls are currently being scheduled for callback, all that stuff, I can really filter that out based upon that, or just plain old inbound calls. And then lastly, and probably the most important, is of course the event type. I only want to be able to see information based upon the event type. So as you can see in the background, I only have calls talking right now. Okay, but if I wanted to see this mostly as calls in queue, I can go ahead and click queue offer or queue. Okay, those two are going to give you the option that allows you to show and see only calls in queue because it's based upon that event. The active calls widget is really nice with that. You can filter out specifics about events that you only care about. Okay, and the last thing is design. Okay, now it's plain right now. If you want to add a few different things to like a background color, you can do that. Okay, widget title now is green. If I want to go here and change the font, I can, of course, change the font. Okay, size, extra large. Font color, let's go ahead and make that this pink color. Okay, background color, same concept here. Probably a little dark. It's a little bit bright. You get the idea though. Okay. We'll just change that just for good measure. Border radius. I can make this little border on this. Really customize what I want here. Okay. Notice now it's a nice little circular edge on it. Border styles. Let's go ahead and do a dotted line. Okay, so you really can go in here and break this down to what you want to see. Border color, border font color, all that stuff is here. But that is, in essence, Active Calls widget and the basics of configuring that as such.